Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and TEMU gets even shadier. Now if you don't know TEMU, some people say it's the global fast fashion brand. Some would say it's just an e-commerce giant. I would be the one in the latter. Now if you ever go on YouTube, you'll probably find out, whoa, they pretty much sponsor the site at this point. For instance, do you know that you can get this shoe for 99 cents? Only if you're a new user to their application. But of course, even when it comes to a lot of YouTubers, you'll find out that TEMU is a pretty big keyword and trend to basically hit. People get sponsored by them, people criticize them. It's actually a pretty massive company in terms of how fast it's entirely growing. TEMU and Shine are basically e-commerce brands all the way from China. Now, TEMU is not new to this situation. TEMU is able to burn so much money to the point where they can sponsor any YouTuber and even a big chunk of the Super Bowl because they're owned by a company known as PDD Holdings, which has its own tumultuous history with data privacy and spying and whatnot, even here on the app stores that we know and love. So, of course, TEMU is basically the attempt to rebrand, be an American competitor to Amazon and all these other e-commerce giants, okay? And they're huge, okay? People love to fire up an app and spend like God knows how much money just to buy random shit to come to their house. Now, recently, one of the reasons that I wanted to kind of cover this was TEMU launched something interesting. They actually launched a cash giveaway that wasn't total BS. So a couple days ago, I started looking at all these like proof of receipts and screenshots from random accounts on the internet that were saying, whoa, PayPal's giving me 40 euros, 40 euros, 30 euros, 31 euros. People were raking in cash with this apparent giveaway from like TEMU. So immediately I was like, whoa, okay, I gotta like really look into this shit. Well, hold on, are they actually giving away money? That's pretty based if true. And apparently it seems like it might actually be true. I looked at some other actual posts and here people were linking their own like actual link into it. So it started to make more sense. I was like, oh, this is some referral shit going on. And people were raking in cash, 50 pounds, 50, 50, 50, 50. Bro, dudes were paying rent with the TEMU giveaways. So I started to wonder, okay, how is it that this giveaway apparently seems to be real? People are actually getting money. And the reason why I actually can confer that people are actually getting money is that they're actually being reported positively in terms of that aspect inside like mainstream news. So they either give you the money, 50 bucks in PayPal or their own in-store credit, okay? All you gotta do is sign up to TEMU and start sharing a link with your homies. And that was apparently one of the big promotions that they had. Now, on its like surface, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Tons of platforms do like giveaways and whatnot. I shouldn't say tons of platforms. I don't believe Amazon does the same thing. I actually don't even believe any other platform. I don't even think like Alibaba or any of these other e-commerce giants do it. This is kind of like the ultimate sort of, giveaway sponsor. I guess you could say the referral link situation. This is actually a little bit new. So people started to like look into it. Eagle-eyed individuals started to actually read some of the official rules. And when they got to the privacy page, oh boy, it's fucked up. Each member agrees that sponsor may collect, process, and use their personal information in connection with the program in accordance with sponsor's privacy policy available at TEMU.com and on the TEMU application. Each member acknowledges they have read and accepted the privacy policy. So, okay, well, what is a privacy policy? Well, let's look at this shit. Publicity usage rights. Except to the extent prohibited by applicable law, which, by the way, law doesn't favor your privacy whatsoever. That's why data brokers and all these companies can look really deep into all of your stuff without ever getting in trouble. It's a fucked up world we live in, really. Participation in the program in or receipt or use of rewards constitutes a member's consent for sponsor to use and publish such member's photo, name, likeness, voice, opinions, statements, biographical information, and or hometown, and state for promotional and advertising purposes in any media worldwide. Now known or hereafter developed in perpetuity without further review, notification, payment, or consideration. Now, the thing about this is, I have seen that there are, usually when it comes to like social media services, right? And you read about like publicity, usage rights, and whatnot, it can be a little bit hazy depending on like what happens. Sometimes when you sign up to a social media service, and it's a little bit different than TEMU, somewhere in the, clause, somewhere in the terms of service, you do somewhat agree to your content being repurposed. Now, that's not usually the case. When I made a reaction to the GTA 6 trailer, it was YouTube that ended up reaching out to me for a press release for a just a form, right, to agree that they could use my YouTube video on their own platform. So just think about it like that, right? Like there are platforms that even if you upload your content to them, YouTube will still go out of their way, or that platform will still go out of its way to seek out, usage rights from you. What they're asking for here is paying you $50 once and then getting to use your likeness for God knows whatever promotion or whatever other purposes they may have in the advertising space. It's a little bit disgusting because what they're doing is effectively, I guess you could say, preying on individuals who, for quick money, for 50 euros, will just basically give up their entire likeness to these people, something that can be worth a good chunk of money. Now, some can obviously say, listen, it's $50, $50, and $50. I don't care if they use my face on the Super Bowl. That's kind of based, actually, and that's entirely fine. But they should be a bit more forthcoming with all of this. This feels like when you have to dig into TOS shit and read through this is shady. This is wrong. And no company should be allowed to grab all of this information. Nobody should ever be allowed to grab any of this information, in my opinion, period. Okay, this should always be told to anybody. So again, I started to look into all of this stuff too, and surprisingly, this has become a pretty big, I guess you could say, cancer in the last couple days. All you see is like these random bot accounts that literally feel like they were made a day ago start to put up all of these fucking like invites, okay? You just see all this green shit everywhere on your feeds. So I started to go in and look into it, and yeah, this is basically just TEMU inviting you to get your lucky reward. So they give you a QR code, you get to go into it. I've never seen a brand necessarily do this. That's actually insane. The fact that they push this stupid affiliate program. An affiliate program is basically what it comes down to. So you make like a new account on their website, and the first thing they do is like, they send you down over here, they tell you got $3 to play around with. You better start sending that affiliate code link everywhere. Now, to understand, TEMU is already losing money by selling absolute crap on the internet anyways, all right? Obviously, we've looked into their history in regards to working with organizations and companies that may not be reputable when it comes to, labor laws. But obviously, they're just offloading crap into the rest of the world. But obviously, they're also trying to sponsor every YouTuber. What's so important to them is to download their application. And there is something in their application that they're so horny to get installed on every device that is actually a bit concerning now. So again, their affiliate program is, as you can affect, just send people goddamn every link that you can. And apparently, there's even like a referral race for $14,000. I mean, that's insane. So it literally is, they've turned online shoppers into the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses of the internet world, okay? Now instead of pussy in bio, you can expect to see TEMU link in the bio below. Please share it around. I mean, it's insane that there's actual Reddit boards about this shit too. Like you just go over to like r/TEMU things, and it's just dudes literally sharing their goddamn codes. Please use my codes. Hey guys, listen, let's get each other some free cash, boys. It's literally crackheads sharing codes all over the internet. And I mean, they're really desperate to get people to use this fucking code because holy crap, do they make it look like a goddamn Las Vegas casino with some of these screenshots right here. Jesus, I mean, it's all meant to be colorful and flashy and to get people sharing their codes around. And according to good old TEMU, sometimes they can decide, hey, listen, if we don't want to give you actual money via PayPal, we'll just give you store credit. So you already sell your likeness to us, and we reserve the right to substitute a reward of equal or greater value. For example, store credits, anytime by our sole discretion. Now, while Temu's slogan is shop like a billionaire, last I checked, billionaires don't shop like this. Billionaires don't share referral codes all over the internet just for the hopes of getting like $50, all right? Like, if they were a little bit honest about what was going on, maybe I'd back off, but the reality is they're really interested in getting this application set out. And even when talking to the BBC that like covered the situation, they even actually tweaked their terms and conditions to make it clear that we only ever use usernames and profile pictures in this promotion for referral functionality and winner announcements. Look, at the end of the day, TEMU is pushed a little bit too far, and the reality of it is that they're even being hit from two actual lawsuits at the moment. So, for instance, a lawsuit filed in Illinois right now alleges that TEMU is basically actually harboring user data, actually violating user privacy. So here they say defendants launched an online shopping platform, TEMU, in the United States. The TEMU mobile app allows users to purchase low-cost goods manufactured in China. TEMU is owned by Chinese company PDD Holdings, which runs the Chinese e-commerce giant Pinduoduo. So yeah, they literally come from just money to throw away. It is simply that simple. So again, the TEMU app has become very popular, but they also link an actual study that we looked at months ago when actually looking into TEMU's data analysis, one known as grizzlyreports.com. And again, I had my own situation and my own discussion regarding this analysis, because a lot of this analysis put TEMU as like a really bad, privacy violating application based on some of the permissions it was reading through. Some permissions that actually made sense. For instance, obviously an e-commerce app is going to need access to the internet. That's not outlandish. Why would it need access to audio? That's questionable. But again, what TEMU does is no different than what Facebook would do through its mobile application as well, or really what Google would do, or Microsoft would do, or Apple would do, or any of these applications. Look, the moment you install a free service on your phone, or a service that bills itself as free, and you use it as a free service, you are basically just giving up all of the information that you possibly can on your phone. Now, most phones nowadays, if you go to the iOS side, even Android, have implemented at least some good privacy roadblocks, but they're not enough. Look, even with Apple's not to track functionality, it's not as if apps can't track you. They just can't track you in the easiest way possible, but they can still gather other metrics. And the thing about your privacy and the thing about your security is you should be mindful of what kind of shit you install on your phone anyways. To save a few bucks, you shouldn't be installing the most cancerous of shopping applications, TEMU, and letting them go unfettered on your device anyways. I've said the same thing about applications like TikTok. It's why on my personal phone, I don't really install social media services whatsoever. If I need to use them, I basically use the PUA apps, which I install them through the web browser, if I even need to touch a social media service, simply because I don't just trust installing random applications on my smartphone. It just doesn't bode well for, your privacy, like health in a way. Now, you might also not care that your information is being sent out, and you might just say, listen, everyone spies on me, Muda, it doesn't fucking matter. And look, that's fine if you think that way. Again, it's totally okay. But you should be more mindful that a company like this is willing to encroach on privacy this hard, this quickly. For $50, they wanted people to give up their entire likeness just so that you could use it for promotional reasons and God knows what other reasons out there. Remember, since this is a Chinese company, it can feed your information through their national intelligence law, their national security laws, all the way back to the Chinese government for, again, whatever nefarious purpose that they want. And again, it's not like the United States is any cleaner when it comes to spying on you or whatnot. Hey, look, recently we just looked at Google with their incognito browser, so I'm going to touch on that sooner as well too. But no area is safe. And again, when it comes to applications or sites like TEMU, I think the way that they're expanding very aggressively is concerning, okay? It's not just a fast fashion or an e-commerce brand, in my opinion. For a company to expand this hard, and especially pushing their mobile application, which, again, a lot of mobile applications, especially on Android, are very invasive, that scares me. That makes me wonder that there's something far deeper than just selling you random shit on the internet. But again, that's kind of me getting a little tinfoily. Yeah, TEMU decided to fly way too close to the sun, and honestly, they got burned for it as they rightfully should. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.